Mic check. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Okay.
We'll now move on to Phillippa de Villiers, who has also been confronting the demons of South African racism and the confusion that has caused in many of our consciousness. The question of how to re-establish a common humanity is still with us. Thanks, Philip.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this opportunity, Alan. And I'm very honored to be here. And thank you very much for poetry, which brings us all out on such a cold night. When I was thinking about my set, I was thinking about the Eastern Cape. And unfortunately, I'm still an apprentice poet, so I don't think that I have that that real sense of how to write about place. So, but I'll start by a little poem, which is an excerpt from my one-woman show called Original Skin. And it just speaks about a moment in the Eastern Cape where I think this is my many moments of awakening. I think I do need my glasses. Yeah, it's fine. I joined the thousands at Matthew Goniwa's funeral, carrying burning flames of righteous indignation. And on that day, I saw my first communist flag, borne above the dust by the army of the dispossessed. And I felt so connected. The flag was the sun rising in the east like the dawn of a new day of justice and equality, all our pain carried away on the wings of a freedom song. What innocent hope, what sincerity. Our raised fists in the innocent air, ringing with freedom songs. Singamaso Jagamandela, Singamaso Jagamandela. Innocence, until the cops opened fire on the crowd, first with tear gas, then with live ammunition. And the crowd surged toward the cop car like a hungry beast and pulled a black policeman out. And quicker than you could stay, state of emergency, threw a tire over his neck, doused him in petrol, and set him on fire. And we cheered, because this was our power. burning flame, destroying an agent of the dark conspiracy that kept us chained to our shamed identity. Sashisa, impi, impi, sashisa! That day branded me with a warning. Emotions long bottled, breaking free, cause destruction. A cycle of pain coming back to haunt us again and again and again and again. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Pamphlets were the petrol bombs I threw. 3, 4, the prison's door closed on our hoping fingers. Lapo, lapo, lapo siakona, tina silindelo kufa kwetu. Thank you. So that was just an excerpt of a very long play, which was about how I turned from a white child into a black woman. Like, because I used to be a white person. And so, anyway. I guess I've always just been really interested in people who stand up for justice. And so before I even knew that what I was doing, so this poem is called Silence. I've never read it before. I don't know if it really works. I wrote it in 2009 on the 26th of December. 2 artists died this week. One of silence, the other of fatigue. Dinky Sitole, barely 40. Dennis Brutus, well over 90. Oh, and I wanted Dennis Brutus because Bebeja. The artist spends their life listening to a language only they understand, then writing it on our quivering temperament. Dennis Brutus talked a lot in between, secreting poems like amber. He constantly sliced society finely for analysis, the stage he rose to for his unconscious to speak. Dinkies captured fire in bottles, painted dreams in lights, paso dobled out the township, restored the word nobility by performing it on and off stage, but illness was eating at him. Now those tap shoes are silent, like him when the symptoms began. So, thank you. So you can see that I'm really into interdisciplinarity, and Pitika is a sculptor as well as a poet, and an amazing sculptor, and as you'll see on the cover of the book is one of his works. And I guess one of the experiences that I've had with him is last year when his artwork in the Constitutional Court was restored, lest we forget. And it was about Gaza. But I thought for tonight, instead of me talking about Gaza, since people in Gaza are being exterminated, I would like to read a poem from someone in Gaza. And this collection was put together by the poet Habiba Badroun, and she has been in contact with poets in Gaza. And this poem is by Batul Abu Aklin, who was born in 2005, so a very young poet, and a young poet who's seen far too much death. This is how I cook my grief. I pick fresh hearts from the street, the most defeated ones. With nimble fingers, I steal the tears I fill rusted sardine tins with the smell of sorrow. Mothers' glances cling tight to their eyes, but I snatch them easily because I resemble their children. In a copper pot, I boil what I've stolen, add the blood that hasn't been absorbed, and sawdust from a coffin meant as the door to a new home. I pour the mixture into my heart until it blackened. This is how I cook my grief. That is what they think is not worth protecting. We're at war, friends. We have to decide. So, to end, because we could go on forever and there are others that come after me, I would like to read this poem from Brian. And it's from Port Elizabeth, from Southend, which was, people were removed from there, right? So this poem seems particularly appropriate, given the one that I just read. Old holy places. The cared-for character of the stone churches, your mother said, is what I regret most. They tore them down, and instead they gave us such ugly buildings to worship in, married to marry, to bury, and take the host. And up in St. Peter's ruins, we found the very font where you were christened, cracked sheer across, grasping for a human faith. As spirit spilt from your face, you asked, could people want to ruin this place? Thank you.